In the turbulent waters of Ukrainian politics and business, a shocking interview with banker Sergei Tigibko has ignited a storm. How does a conversation about post-war investments spiral into accusations of betrayal? Social media erupted as Boris Davidenko, the journalist who spoke with Tigibko, faced fierce backlash. This uproar stems from Tigibko's controversial past as a former vice premier during Viktor Yanukovych's presidency. Once a central figure in political campaigns, he vanished from public view after his party failed to cross electoral thresholds in 2014. Yet, as Davidenko defended his actions, claiming that wealthy individuals are often entangled with corrupt regimes, critics accused him of undermining national interests. The online vitriol suggested that promoting Tigibko is morally unacceptable, hinting that such figures should not hold a place in society. Davidenko's words were met with support from fellow bloggers and entrepreneurs who argued that tarnishing business figures threatens necessary post-war investments. Beneath the swirling controversy lies a broader narrative and ideological struggle reflecting the ongoing changes in Ukraine. While many elite business moguls have weathered 2 decades of political upheaval with remarkable resilience, the ongoing war poses new challenges. Increasing pressure from governmental entities has reshaped the influence of traditional oligarchs, marking a significant shift. The stakes have never been higher, as rising geopolitical tensions signal potential dominance from Western corporations eager to stake their claims in a post-conflict Ukraine. Can Ukrainian businesses adapt and navigate this evolving landscape where existing assets are at risk of being wrested away? What lies ahead is uncertain. As the country changes rapidly, these influential entrepreneurs must devise strategies to protect their interests from both shifting political tides and the encroachment of foreign powers. The winds of change are relentless, and only the most agile will survive in this reshaped economy. Join us as we unravel the implications of this controversy. What does the future hold for all players in this unfolding drama? Who will emerge victorious, and who will be left behind? As the tale unfolds, one thing becomes clear: nothing remains static in the ever-changing world of power and money. A scandal ignited by an interview with banker Sergei Tigibko has sent shockwaves through Ukrainian social media, raising critical questions about the nation's business and political landscape. The uproar centers around Tigibko's remarks on post-war investment in Ukraine. Journalist Boris Davidenko, who conducted the interview, faced a torrent of backlash from critics questioning the ethics of giving a platform to a figure with controversial ties to the former regime. What's at stake here that goes beyond mere personal grievances or professional rivalries? As we delve deeper, we uncover a fundamental ideological conflict, one that stretches beyond the mere fluctuations of political power. Many of Ukraine's wealthiest entrepreneurs have held sway over the economy for the last 20 to 25 years, surviving political upheavals and electoral changes. While past revolutions and elections stirred the pot, they seldom led to monumental shifts in property rights. Yes, some assets changed hands, but radical reform remained elusive. These titans of industry quickly adapted to any new regime, assuring their interests were preserved. However, the ongoing full-scale war has placed immense pressure on these established foundations. Figures like Igor Kolomoisky are now behind bars, his assets have been nationalized. Dmitry Firtash lost a portion of his regional gas companies, and Konstantin Zavago faces serious obstacles. Institutions of state have risen as a dominant force, drastically minimizing the political clout of individuals once deemed oligarchs. Despite these challenges, a significant number of entrepreneurs have managed to retain their status, navigating the new landscape while supporting the front lines. They provide funding for various military units. But as we look ahead, 2 looming threats emerge, each capable of amplifying the other. The first threat, the intent of large Western corporations to access Ukraine post-war, as articulated by former U.S. President Donald Trump. He coerced Kyiv into signing a resource deal that gives American firms preferential rights to extract resources, aimed at recuperating costs tied to U.S. aid. But what does this mean for Ukrainian businesses already managing critical assets? The specter of foreign corporate interests encroaching on homegrown ventures is very real, especially as many of the most attractive resources, infrastructure projects, and energy assets are firmly in local hands. As a potent cocktail of economic ambition brews, Ukrainians must brace themselves for the looming clashes that may shape their futures. The interplay of local entrepreneurs with a freshly empowered government, against a backdrop of impending Western interests, creates a scenario fraught with uncertainty. What will be the fate of their assets, and who will emerge victorious in this newfound geopolitical arena? Large foreign corporations eye Ukraine's glittering prizes, deposits pulsing like hidden veins under the earth, energy grids humming with untapped power, and infrastructure veins wrapping the nation in steel. Ukrainian tycoons have clung to these assets for decades, weathering storms of change like shadows dodging lightning. Yet a storm brews anew. Can these giants hold their ground, or will they be peeled away like overripe fruit? Twisted fingers point in accusation, sharpening the threat from another angle. An emerging insider circle, funded by Western grants, wielding moral swords against the old guard. Imagine the sting of betrayal in smoke-filled rooms, where nationalists and veterans, once called commanders, hiss their disdain. They crow themselves the true elite, born from blood and bravery, rejecting the tainted crowd that danced with every regime. War, to them, screams opportunity, a grand reset to claim a pure Ukraine. Screaming voices erase forgiveness for past ties, how the heart races at their fervor, the air thick with righteous fury. Claims against banker Sergei Tigibko ripple outward to ensnare all. Rinat Akhmedov, the parliamentary heavyweight sponsoring parties like regions in opposition bloc, Petro Poroshenko, once cabinet minister under Yanukovych, ex-president's son-in-law Viktor Pinchuk, former lawmaker Alexander Herhov from regions, and countless more weaving through power's web. Even Tigibko's unexpected desertion, weakening Yanukovych's hold in the Rada just before Maidan in February 2014, earns him no mercy. A decade of silence, does it wash away the stains? No mercy flows. He's branded a folk villain, a move hinting at graver judgments for the rest. Big business sneered at this swarm, those grant-fed wolves dining at oligarch tables, pockets bulging. But summer brought shocks, revealing their bite. European backing fuels their clout. Watch closely, for this convergence glows ominously. Their zeal could fuel Western firms' hunger, draping ideological veils over asset grabs. Control slips towards them, clutching judges and enforcers. Will a perfect storm strip fortunes bare? Smell the smoke of political fires, feel the tremble in boardrooms. Tycoons, the hour ticks. Economically, legally, politically. Can you outmaneuver the abyss, or will the wolf pack feed? The horizon darkens with echoes of siege. What ceasefire could these titans negotiate when shadows plot anew? Recent events revealed a significant shift in the political landscape of Ukraine. A rising faction, formed since 2014, is asserting itself with the backing of European allies. This group comprises individuals who thrive on Western grants, nationalists, and politically active military members, all declaring their status as the nation's true elite. As they challenge the established order, they eye significant assets and power previously held by long-standing business leaders. Could their ambitions spell disaster for the wealthy who have long relied on oligarchical support? This summer marked a turning point. The political clout of this emerging faction has not only gained traction but also resonates with the intentions of major Western corporations eyeing lucrative opportunities in Ukraine post-war. This coalition's momentum could justify a systematic confiscation of assets from established businesses perceived as ill-fitting, especially if they gain control of law enforcement and judicial institutions, an alarming possibility given their current initiatives. For Ukraine's top entrepreneurs, this impending threat looms large. They must strategize urgently, considering financial, legal, and political maneuvers to shield their interests. Will they rise to the occasion, or is this the beginning of the end for their empires? Only time will tell whether they can navigate this treacherous landscape and maintain their influence amidst mounting adversities.